Hi, everybody. Last week we talked about the difference between being valued and being chosen. Today I'm back with something powerful, which is emotional availability versus emotional performance. Sounds the same, right? There is a subtle difference, which this video is going to be unveiling to us. I am the CLC's Counsel once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. After talking about the difference between being valued and being chosen, there is a conversation that should follow quite naturally, and that is, how do you know if someone's emotional expressions are true? Where people do or say things that they don't mean, where people just put on a performance just for their own selfish interest and for their own worked up reasons, whatever. How do you know if someone is being sincere with you, if someone is being true to you, if someone is being open and vulnerable with you? Sit back. Let's get right into it. Someone can say all the right things. They communicate beautifully, they cry, they tell you how much you mean to them, and still not be emotionally available. You need to understand this, that emotional availability and emotional performance look like twins, but they're not the same person. One is an evil genius. What's the difference? In simple terms, emotional expressions is what someone says. Emotional availability is what someone sustains. I'll say that again. Emotional expression is what someone says, even what they act like sometimes. But emotional availability is what someone sustains over a long period of time, over their past lives, over their present, over and over and over again. They just keep on showing up in a particular way, which is healthy. And so you know that this person is emotionally available, not just expressive. Because a lot of people these days do all the grand gestures. They do all the big, big things. They write you epistles online. They call you and they stay on the call with you for a long time, saying all the right things. They open up to you about their past, about their presence, about their weaknesses, about their strengths and all that. So yes, they are actually communicating, but it's touch and go. That is why you need to be very careful and be wise in discerning them. The key word there is sustainability. One sustains, one just acts. Because sustainability is very, very important. What good is emotional intensity if it cracks under pressure? What good is that? And it is this intensity of a thing that makes people fall into the trap of emotionally expressive people who are not emotionally available. Because intensity feels intimate. Someone is looking into your eyes and telling you, oh, I love you. You're the love of my life. You make my heart go bing, bing. It's very intense. And then it's mistaken for intimacy. And after that moment, it is gone. They can't reciprocate that over and over and over again. Happens just once in a while. That is the difference I want you to see. And so if you have found yourself with someone who performs emotionally but does not have emotional availability, does not have the sustainability, don't panic. Just listen to what I have to say. These people are not bad. They are not. In the very least, they are trying to show up. Just that you need more and they can do better. So if they say they love you and if you say you love them, the questions to ask is, can I steward this person's heart? Can I maintain connection? Can I sustain intimacy? And just in case you listening to me, you're the person who is emotionally expressive but not available emotionally, and you've realized that, good, that is self-awareness. It signals that you're growing. One thing we should note about emotional availability is that it is not a switch on, switch off kind of thing. It is built. It is built through healing, through accountability, through maturity. through allowing God to transform the way you love and connect with people. And that's the beauty of growth, my people. You don't have to stay where you are. You don't have to appear once in a while like the blue moon. You can be a steady rock for people. You can be steady. Anybody can be steady, irrespective of what they think their personality types are. Anybody can be steady. You just have to be able to put in the work to be there for people. How do you contrast between emotional availability and emotional expression? One, emotional expressions create moments, while emotional availability builds safety. What do I mean? Anybody can create a moment, but not everybody can sustain a relationship. Now, if that person is creating moments after moments, moment after moment consistently, then you know that yes, this person is emotionally available. But if this is something that happens once in a while, then you know, I'm not being emotionally available right now, or this person is not emotionally available, but they are emotionally expressive. Let me give us a clearer example. Now, there are 24 hours in every day. Obviously, you cannot come and do all the big gestures every single moment of every day. But the way this person looks at you, the way they say the good morning, the way they say that good afternoon, good evening, the way they call you, the way they're checking on you, the way they send you the little emojis, the way they, look at a reel and think about you, it shows that yes, this person is thinking about me. This person has me at the back of their minds. Not someone who shows up on Friday and before you hear from the person again is next week Friday. You should be able to build safety if you are emotionally available. Somebody or whoever it is that is with you, or your wing that is your partner, should be able to depend on you. You should be dependable. I should know that I must hear from this person today. And I must call this person today. I must reach out to this person today. And this person is going to reach out to me anyways. If something should happen to you now, that person that you're with, how long will it take for them to realize that something is wrong somewhere? I have not heard from this person. How long will it take? There you have your answer. Someone who is emotionally unavailable will avoid discomfort. They will use all the big words, all the grand gestures just to avoid discomfort, just to avoid having that hard conversation. These are people who will prefer to gift you than to say, okay, let's talk about what made you angry in the first place. They are expressive. They are not available emotionally. Emotionally available people are consistent. I know I have been saying this word consistent for a while now. Let it sink in. Emotionally available people are consistent. They may not be perfect, but they are consistent. And consistency is one of the strongest signs of being emotionally available. You know where they stand, you know how they show up. You're not always guessing, trying to pinpoint their whereabouts and all that. You know them because this is how they have shown up over and over and over again. Emotionally available people can hold hard conversations. They don't run away from hard conversations. Oh, they may not like it, but they will sit down and have that conversation with you. They're emotionally available. They don't run from tension. They don't shut you down. They don't hide away from honesty. They don't punish truth. They don't gaslight you. There are some people you're trying to be honest with them, you're trying to tell them the truth, and they turn the tables around on you. They are not emotionally available, my dear. Emotionally available people take responsibility. Responsibility is another word I have been using a lot lately. It is very important. They take responsibility. They understand how their own actions impact people. And they know how to own that impact, whether good or bad, not just defend their intentions. Have you ever been in an argument with someone who keeps on saying, that was not what I intended, that was not what I meant, it was not what it was, but it was what happened. So even if it was not your intentions, be bold enough to say, I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention, but I apologize. You don't keep on hammering on, it wasn't my intention. It wasn't my intention. All the person wants you to do is own up. to how or what your actions made them feel. How your actions make them feel. Whether it was your intentions to hurt them or not, it really doesn't matter at that point. What matters is that you own the impact of what your actions or inactions did. That is responsibility. And finally, emotionally available people make room for your emotions too. Please, all these things I'm saying, it's not just for the other person, it's also for you. It's also for you because you too, you need to be emotionally available for others. So this last point says, emotionally available people make room for your own emotions. That matters a lot because emotionally expressive people tend to center around themselves. You think they are doing that thing they are doing for you, but they are doing it for themselves. They are doing it for how it makes them look in your eyes. How the way you feel about them makes them feel about themselves. That is why they are very focused in that moment. They are not necessarily trying to score with you. They are trying to score with themselves. They're trying to score with their own ego. But that is not the same thing with emotionally available people. These ones, they take your emotions into consideration, which is why they don't just do it once in a while. They are there in the little things. They are there in the big things. Emotional availability creates room. It listens, it considers, it holds space for the next person. I'm going to round up by saying this again. Intensity is not intentionality. That they are intense in showing you how they feel about you does not mean they are going to be intentional in sustaining that. So don't get carried away by the big gestures that happen once in a blue moon. The little things also matter because in the long run, they might not be able to make those big gestures every day. But how do they treat you in the quiet of the evening? How did they treat you in the early hours of the morning? When nobody is watching, when there are no cameras, how do they treat you? Watch what they sustain. Watch their fruits. Sometimes watch how they act with other people, not just you. Watch their reactions with other people. You see, a kind person will not be kind to just you. It will show everywhere. It will show to other people. A responsible person will not just be responsible towards you. He'll be responsible to others as well. She will be responsible to others as well. A consistent person will not just call you every time 247. You will see the way that they are consistent in their jobs, in their work, in their relationship with other people. So watch their fruits. Sometimes the way a person acts towards another person tells you more about them than the way they act towards you. Because like I said in the last video, people choose for a lot of reasons. Maybe they are trying to impress you. But would you live with that impression for the rest of your life? So we have come to the end of today's video. If this is for you or you know someone that needs to hear this, please share with the person. And don't forget to subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to this channel. Once again, I am the C of Sis Council and it is my pleasure to bring you another video. Until the next time.